Hi, my name's Scott. My wife and I are starting a new YouTube channel called Womack Outdoor Adventures. And today is one of our first videos. But to really understand our story and why we're taking this journey, I think it'd be important just to share a little bit about my story. My story with hiking started a couple of years before I got to meet Candace and she came into my life. And so I just wanted to take the opportunity to tell a bit of my backstory and how I discovered hiking. Now, in this channel and in this series of videos, we're just going to talk about life, real things, and just tell our real story. I'm so thankful for where we are today. And really, that's why we're starting this channel, because we discovered how much we love each other and how much we love adventures and sharing adventures together. And so we also enjoy documenting it. And so how do you approach life in your 50s? It's such a huge life change. And my journey into my 50s started pretty epically with COVID in 2020, also dealing with empty nest and all of those huge life changes. And so I want to do a small series of videos just kind of going on my story, how I got to where I am today. And there were times 5 and 6 years ago where I didn't think I would be standing here today with a good story to tell. But this desire to do this channel truly comes from a place where we love life. We're so excited about the future, and we're hoping that in some way our story can inspire others to not give up, to not lose hope on life, and to find your adventure. And so I wanted to just kind of walk and talk a little bit and talk about how my journey with hiking and how I got started and what really spurred me to get started. And it really is tied in to becoming an empty nester for the first time. I was the kind of dad who loved being a dad. It was one of the things I look forward to for a lot of the years. When I was growing up, I was blessed to have an amazing family and full of a lot of adventure. My dad loved the outdoors. We would go hiking and backpacking. We had adventures on the ranch, chasing cows and doing all kinds of fun stuff. And we also have a family cabin where I just loved the outdoors. But one of the things that happens in life is you get so into your career and just pursuing life and doing life together that I'll try not to slip and fall. We just got some fresh snow yesterday. So I was just doing life. And when the kids finally came, I kind of threw myself into being a dad. I loved it. I loved being a dad. I did everything I could to be a part of every one of their activities. I tried really hard to coach their teams and to be a part of their life as much as I could. So I coached a little bit of everything from t-ball and baseball and softball, soccer, a little bit of everything as the kids were growing up so that I can invest that time and effort into them. And so raising the kids was such a huge part of my life. And then as they got older, we had 3 children, and as they got older, they began to graduate and move on into life. And it was a big transition, but I think it hit me the hardest in 2020, and it was kind of a life-changing year for me. It was the year I hit 50 in the summer of 2020, but it was also the year that I turned 50. So here I was dealing with turning another decade older and so caught up in my life. But as the kids started graduating and moving on, and our youngest graduated in the summer of 2020, there were just some unexpected changes that happened. And it really hit me harder than I expected because I loved being a dad. But when they're gone and all these changes are taking place and you've wrapped your life so strongly around raising them and being a dad and spending time with them, I guess it's just hard to know who you are and what comes next. And I'd gotten so wrapped up in things with the family, and adventures with them. And I'll never forget COVID hit and everything shut down, which meant the gym. I was a daily gym goer, and you know, when that closed down, I kind of had to make a decision. What am I going to do? I'm not a small guy. You'll probably realize that if you choose to spend time watching our channel. And so I knew I had a decision to make. Being a just about daily gym goer, is how do I keep from becoming a couch potato, let alone the boredom of not having work to go to. And so I made a decision. We were fortunate to live in an area with some close hikes to the city, and so I just started doing those. And you know, it gave me a lot of time to process and think about what I wanted out of life and what was most important to me. And I'll never forget one afternoon, I was walking the local trail, and a thought hit me that had never crossed my mind before. All of a sudden I was wondering, what do I even enjoy doing? It was like I couldn't remember me anymore. I had been so connected to them, and my life was so revolved around trying to be a good dad and trying to raise them the right way and trying to be supportive, that it was like I lost myself in the process. And so I'm walking on that trail, and I'm talking here trying not to fall down this trail, but walking down that trail, it just hit me like a sucker punch, just out of the blue. But it had been over 20 years since I'd even thought about what I enjoyed doing. It was like I tried to write this list of what the things that I enjoyed doing, and it was like I came up with a blank. It was like I had no idea what Scott liked to do, what would be fun for Scott. I had lost all sense of my hobbies and the things that I enjoyed about life. And it was a real eye-opening time in my life. I'd never even considered those kind of thoughts because I was so focused on that. But once it was over, it's like somebody slamming on the brakes. You have this life, and it's built around all these activities and all these things going on, and nobody really warned you about the sudden stop, when just all of a sudden they're graduated and they're on leading their own lives. And how do you deal with that? How do you find yourself? And so part of why I want to make these videos is because I'm standing here now 5.5 in 2026. I guess it's gaining on 6 years since I went through all this. But I look back on it now, and I'm thankful for going through the process, that there are things about yourself that you only learn in hard times. There are things about who you are that you only learn when you lose everything else. And so there's a lot of my story I want to get into, because not because I want to, I'm a private person. It's not that I'm excited to share these challenging things, but because I feel like we've come through, or at least begun to come through, and we now are excited about our future, and that's why we're starting this channel. And so there's a lot of discussions I want to have in these upcoming videos that just talk more about my story and how I pulled out of the tailspin and what I discovered along the way. We're going to talk about a lot of those life changes, how to deal with changes in your 50s, and honestly, to embrace doing hard things. I think one of the things that I needed, that hiking gave me, that I didn't know I needed, turning 50, going through COVID, empty nest, all the life changes that happened, is I think that I needed something challenging. I needed to prove to myself that my life was not over at 50, that there were still hard things that I can do. And it took a while to build up, and I'll start talk more about that process of how I began to hiking, how I got off the couch, and how I discovered that this was a passion of mine. I had totally forgotten how much I loved the outdoors. I had totally forgotten how much I loved hiking with my dad and backpacking and hunting and all the things outdoors that we used to do together. It was like I had filed it away in some past life or something. But once I got out on the trail and started going, things slowly started changing. And I'm so grateful that that process helped me remember and discover who I am. So this is just kind of the first video. I'm going to get a little bit deeper into the story in the next ones. But if you're interested, I hope that this channel that we're just starting to create is something that can inspire you to live life, right? Inspire you to take a chance, inspire to find something that gives you a purpose and a reason to keep going and to not give up. I want to inspire you to get outside and live, right? To get outside and find something you enjoy. It may not be hiking for you, but I want to encourage you that there is life after all these chances and all of these challenges, that there's a purpose for you. And I'm thankful that I'm here today, and hoping that sharing these thoughts and these stories will somehow inspire you to get up and find your adventure, whatever that looks like. I plan on making more videos again soon. Again, my name is Scott. The name of our channel is Womack Outdoor Adventures because we love adventure, and we would love to take you along with us and help you. If you have any questions or comments or any part of my story that you're interested in, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and I'll look forward to sharing more of my story with you. Thank you. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.